So today we're talking tripod. Hey, what's up everyone? Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye here, and as I said, we're talking about tripods today because buying them is probably one of the most insane things. Now, I haven't bought a new tripod, and I just did recently, probably in the past week or so, whenever this comes out, and I was blown away about all the options that are there now. I mean, go back, I haven't bought a new tripod in about 3 years. So going back 3 years, it wasn't about travel. It was just about, stability, build quality and all that kind of stuff. But now it's a completely different age. And if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, go online right now, search tripods from the major brands, and you're gonna get a slew of them. And it's just a ton of information that you have to process at once. So what I want to do is give my experience right now, knowing more about the industry, knowing more about what I want from a tripod, and give my, kind of buying tips for buying a great tripod, something that you want, things to look out for, so you're not sitting in the store like, what the hell is going on? So to alleviate that right away, you have to figure out what you want to do per se. Do you want, as I said, this is a new world right now, do you want portability? Smaller, more compact tripods, or do you want something bigger, more studio, more bulkier, something a little thicker that can hold more weight? Now, once again, those are the two big things you got to do. And the more travel tripods, they are much smaller, they are lighter. They're a little expensive too, depending on what you go, but even Me Photo is a great product to look at in regards to that because that's exactly what they're built for. They're built to hold, a little bit of weight with the, your cameras and to be able to go on the go, to strap easy to a backpack. So I'm going to be covering the more bulkier side that holds a little bit more weight than the travel. If you guys want to know about more travel tripods, all that kind of stuff, write that down below and I'll answer some questions or maybe do a video on it. But you have to know what you want to go for. Travel, less travel, start there. No huge disclaimer to anything I'm about to say or anything like that. As I said, watch what you're buying online because you don't know what you're getting. You don't know what exactly will be right for you. You don't know if you like the size. You don't know if you like whatever, as I'm going to cover. So I recommend going into a store, going into an actual camera store, your Best Buys, all those other stores that carry photography gear, but they're not really for photography. They're not the best place to go. But if you want to see a size comparison, maybe it's a starting place. But if you have a local camera shop, no matter where you're at, I would definitely recommend going in, testing out the products so you know exactly what you want, exactly what you're getting, because shopping online for these without knowing what they are, without really going hands-on is impossible. And you're not going to know what you get and you might be disappointed. Disclaimer number 2, don't buy these crappy, cheap plastic tripods. Do you want to have a couple $100 to $1,000 to $2,000 worth of gear on some little sun pack, sorry to sun pack, but, plastic crappy tripod that wobbles, just by walking around it, even on concrete? No. Tripod is an investment that you have to make. Tripod is pretty much an investment if you really, really want to do a lot of more stationary things. Of course, even in the studio, a lot of photographers use tripods. It keeps everything straight. You're not constantly having to fix things and post and everything like that. A tripod is a great investment and you're going to spend more than $150 on a set of legs. Stop buying cheap crap. So all that aside, here are the things that I think when I bought my tripod, and this is what influenced my decision. Big thing for me is how much weight can this hold, because I at times can have between 10 to 20 pounds worth of stuff on a tripod because of just the things that I use, that I'm using now, mics, monitors, mounts, everything like that. So there is a little bit of weight, and if I use a 70-200 lens, that bad boy's got some weight as well. So a lot of these tripod, the legs, sticks, however you want to call them, they have a certain weight capacity to them. You'll get maybe 13 pounds, 14 pounds, 17, 20, 25, 23, 33, all that kind of stuff. So keep that in mind when you're buying gear. You might want to buy up a little more in size just in case, so you can grow into it and you're not restricting yourself and your tripod's going to be over encumbered trying to carry your gear. So think about weight, know what you want, and it's pretty much listed on any tripod thing. So for example, as I said, I go between that roll of, that span of weight of a gear. Could be more, you never know. I got a 35-pound tripod. One of the biggest things for me is its wingspan. And what do I mean? How much floor space does it take up? Because I was looking at tripods in a similar price range, around $300, and going between Enduro and Gitzo and Benro, Manfrotto, they all tripods, but the width of their legs taking up the floor space is a big deal to me. You know, I set up ones that I thought I'd really like, but the damn thing was wider than my body. Like, you know, my frame of my body's here, and it was the wingspan was much, much larger. So watch out for that. I like something kind of around body length, you know, shoulder hip-esque in size, maybe a little bit wider. But keep that in mind as well. You might buy a tripod, think it's great and everything like that. You go to set it up, and the damn thing is so massive. So know what wingspan, know how much floor space it's going to take up, and that's a huge thing for me, and I, you know, picked the right one for what I wanted to do. The next big question is, do you want to be aluminum alloy or do you want to be carbon fiber? Well, you're looking at the price tags and you see the aluminum alloy is like $200, $300 cheaper for the most part on typical tripods. You know, what the hell's the case with that with carbon fiber? Well, it is every photographer's goal to go carbon fiber per se. That's the luxury S type of brand for that. But you know, do you have to? No, you know, it's not necessarily a necessity, but carbon fiber gives you a lot of things. It's a little more flexible. It's durable. You can even tell that in regards to its vibration. It takes a lot more. Like, for example, this is my old man photo. I'm going to flick this, and you see that it's probably shaking the camera right now. If not, that's just my monitor. And if it is, carbon fiber really won't do that. And I was just giving it a light little tap. You may have heard the clicking. So it's more breathable. You know, it's less chance of like rusting out. A lot of people like to use it because it's way more lightweight. You know, not significantly, but you know, handling aluminum alloy and carbon fiber, there's definitely a difference there, and a lot of people like that for traveling, especially if you're hiking, you're going somewhere. Carbon fiber is a good way to go, but you are paying more of a luxury price for it and an extra maybe $150, $200. The next big thing for me was how does the legs unlock? You know, what kind of clips do you want? Now, I had a Manfrotto, what's this one? The 055XB. I've loved this thing, but I'm obviously getting rid of it because the legs aren't the way that I can't really tighten them anymore. You know, it doesn't work as well, so I wanted to go to a different type of leg lock system. So what was this? These were the regular clips. You know, where you pop the clip up, you go to the leg, and you pop it down. But one thing I've always liked since I bought my Ciru monopod were the twist ones, where you twist them, you can go out and twist it counterclockwise, and they lock up. And from reading a lot of information, those actually last longer, and they will not, you know, give out in regards to, you know, the way of the tripod, because if your tripod can't be tight, you know, your camera's falling like this. So keep that in mind as well. What kind of clip twist tie do you want in regards to the legs? I like, as I said, like I like now the twist legs. And that's what I got with my Enduro tripod. Lastly but not leastly, those are the big main things. But the other thing is 95% of the time, unless you're buying a package deal, you're only getting the tripod legs. So if you see a kit, you know, you could be, you know, decently off, and especially just starting out. But I recommend getting a different type of head. So once again, majority of the time, you're just going to get the sticks, you're just going to get the legs without a head that you need to mount on top, to screw on top, to then, you know, mount your camera and do what you need. Now, a lot of these ones, you got to determine, do you want a ball head? Do you want a pistol grip? Do you want something more for video? There's a lot of different options out there. But for the most part, my two favorite are ball heads, which I'm using a Geodis right now. Ball head, you know, it's basically just here and it just swivels around on a single ball, and it's got a pan lock, so you could do like this, and then you could do your tilt with the ball head. It's more free. And a pistol grip, which I actually might go to, all depends, are my two favorites. But there are some other options out there. So just know when you're buying a tripod, you're going to have to get a head for the tripod to go with it. But there are some great ones by Benro and Vanguard that come in a kit, you know, if you want to start out and go with something like that. Even though some of the Vanguards even come with a pistol head for like $200 and something, $250 maybe, or something like that. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye here. Hopefully this helps you out when you're looking into buying a tripod, because I said it is very, very intimidating. I walked into the store, and I know a lot about products. I used to sell, you know, camera equipment too. Oh my God, there's so many options here. There's so many different things. It's a world of portability, traveling small tripods, and I didn't want that. I wanted something bigger, something with more, you know, depth, with more, you know, thickness to hold heavier gear. So with all those tips in mind, if you guys or girls have any questions or comments, I'd be more than happy to answer those below. I'll write that down below. And I'm going to put up in the eye in the sky, maybe an annotation for my monopod video, what to look for and everything like that. So I'll link that there as well, and I'll put that in the description if you want to know more about monopods. So tripod buying, it's possible. Get hands-on and research what you want, what you're more comfortable with. Clips, portability, size, weight, everything like that. These are some of the things that I factored when I just made my purchase.